Have you ever loved someone so much that you'd do anything to stay with them, even after you're gone? This is the story of Sarah and Mark, a love story that didn't end with death, but with a single life-changing text message. Sarah and Mark were inseparable from the day they met. Their love was the kind you read about in books full of laughter, adventure, and unwavering support. They built a life together, dreaming of growing old, watching sunsets from their porch, and telling their grandkids about their crazy youth. But life had a different plan. Mark was diagnosed with a terminal illness. The diagnosis was a devastating blow, but they faced it together, just like they faced everything else. They squeezed a lifetime of love into the months they had left. They danced in the kitchen, took road trips to their favorite spots, and held each other tight through the sleepless nights. Mark's biggest fear wasn't dying, it was leaving Sarah alone. He couldn't bear the thought of her waking up to a silent home, of her facing the world without his morning texts and silly jokes. So he came up with a plan. Using a scheduling app, he wrote hundreds of messages for Sarah. Good morning texts, reminders to water the plants. Funny memes he knew would make her laugh, and heartfelt notes telling her how much he loved her. He scheduled them to be sent over the next 2 years, a digital ghost to keep her company, to ease her into a life without him. When Mark passed away, Sarah was shattered. The world felt colorless and empty, but the next morning her phone buzzed. It was a message from Mark. Good morning, my beautiful sunshine. I hope you slept well. Remember, you're strong enough to handle anything today. I love you more than words can say. Tears streamed down her face, but for the first time in days, a small smile touched her lips. For the next 2 years, Mark's messages were her lifeline. They were a constant, comforting presence in the overwhelming silence of her grief. They encouraged her to go out with friends, to try that new recipe, to keep chasing her dreams. It felt like he was still there, cheering her on from just around the corner. She slowly began to heal, piecing her life back together, one text at a time. She started painting again, something she'd given up, and even adopted a rescue dog, just as they'd always planned. 2 years to the day after Mark's passing, Sarah knew the last message was coming. Her heart was a mix of sadness and gratitude. She was ready to say goodbye one final time. At 8 a.m., her phone chimed. She took a deep breath and opened the text. It wasn't a simple "I love you" or "goodbye." It read, "All right, my love. It's time for my last message. But it's not for you. It's for the new guy. So if you're a decent man who's now making my Sarah smile, swipe up." Sarah's jaw dropped. A new guy. She hadn't even thought about dating. Confused and intrigued, she swiped up. It opened a video. It was Mark, looking frail but with that familiar sparkle in his eyes. He smiled into the camera and said, "Hello. If you're watching this, it means you've captured the heart of the most incredible woman in the world. Her name is Sarah, and she's my everything. I had to leave her, but I made a promise to always look out for her. Your job now is to make her laugh every day, to hold her when she's sad, and to never, ever let her forget how amazing she is. Don't try to be me. Be the man who she deserves to have for the rest of her life. Take her dancing. She loves to dance. Tears were flowing freely now, but they were tears of love, not just sorrow. Mark's final message wasn't an ending. It was a permission slip. It was his way of letting her go, of telling her it was okay to find happiness again, to love again. He didn't want to be a ghost holding her back. He wanted to be a memory that pushed her forward. That last text changed everything. It didn't magically erase her pain, but it freed her from the guilt she didn't even know she was carrying. It was the ultimate act of love, not just to care for her in his absence, but to want her to be truly happy, even if it was with someone else. Sarah eventually did start dating, and when she found someone special, she showed him the video. And yes, he took her dancing. This story reminds us that true love isn't about possession. It's about wanting the best for the person you love, even if that means letting them go. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that celebrates the power of love.